Okay.
Yay! Today, she would eliminate her target and dispose of all evidence without being spotted even once. Wait, Yanshan, that's not right. But don't worry, it's okay. We'll just start over and try again. The killer carried the murder weapon to a drinking fountain and used water to wash the blood away. The killer quickly ran to the shower building to clean herself up. She opened up her locker. The killer researched her victims thoroughly before the killer The killer carried the murder weapon to a drinking fountain and used water to wash the blood away. The killer quickly ran to the shower building to clean herself up. She opened up her locker. The killer started to clean up all of the blood that she had spilled. First, she grabbed a bucket. The killer picked up the knife that was on the table. Then, she went on a killing spree, murdering everyone around her. With each hour, she lost more and more of her sanity, and her attacks became more brutal and savage. When the deed was done, she The killer grabbed a syringe and a tranquilizer. She hid the syringe in her clothing. She spoke to her next victim and convinced the unsuspecting girl to follow her into a secluded room. She closed the door behind her, took out the syringe, and stabbed the girl from behind. She dragged the girl's unconscious body to a large case and dumped her inside of it. She left the area and returned after midnight to collect the body of her victim, with no witnesses. The killer decided to drown her next victim. First, she grabbed some rat poison. Next, she used a giggle to lure her victim away from her food. The killer waited until the victim was puking into a toilet, snuck up behind her, and drowned her.
Hey, what are you...
If she could manage to find some lethal poison, I guess she could put that in the food instead. The killer planned to murder her next victim with electricity. The first step was grabbing a bucket. She filled the bucket up with water and dumped the water on the ground at her victim's feet. Then she picked up a car battery and threw it into the puddle of water. Even as she stood over the corpse of her latest victim, she was already planning her next murder. The killer quickly began to destroy the evidence of her crime. She picked up one of the corpses, and she dumped the corpse inside. Once all 5 corpses were in the incinerator, she activated it. Corpses incinerated, she prepared to clean up the rest of the evidence. The killer wanted to dispose of a corpse, but witnesses were nearby. So she put on a raincoat, grabbed a circular saw, and chopped her victim's corpse into pieces. She removed the raincoat, dumped the dismembered body parts into the incinerator, and activated it. She prepared to build a trip. The killer carried the murder weapon to a The killer made a mistake. She allowed a witness to see her while she was covered in blood. The witness fell for it. Next, the killer casually socialized with the witness to maintain her act. The killer was now on good terms with the witness. Her reputation was safe. For now.
Hey.
Do I know you?
I saw you stalk.
I'm sorry, there must be some misunderstanding.
I would be happy if some...